shots.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, congratulations Saturday night on the fight. Now, going into this fight, what was your game plan?
My game plan initially was to get the fight under control early on and assert my dominance with the jab and take centre of the ring, but the way McDermott came out, he was a little bit reckless, so I had to alter that momentarily, but I think I would have settled into the fight maybe a bit later on in the first round. But the way John came out, as I said, he was a bit reckless. I was surprised, to be honest.
Did you find it very easy just to throw the shots out and let him walk into it?
Yeah, it did. It just come naturally to me, to be honest, as he was coming in. I didn't even think about it. It was like just throwing the combination naturally, and the uppercut which caused him at first, you'll see it come off a jab, uppercut and left hook, and so that was a combination punch. I weren't loading up tonight. Like knock him out with the uppercut, but it just timed it nicely, and it was an accurate punch. So it was it just landed lovely. It was a great shot.
Now, Frank's compared you today with the career of Lennox Lewis, but Lennox boxed a lot of Americans. Do you think Frank would be importing some American heavyweights?
Yeah, I've only boxed one American so far, and I think he might bring more over to learn me trade against. But I think the state of American heavyweight boxing is different from when Lennox Lewis was dominating or coming up. So I don't know whether there's many suitable opponents out there in America. That's up to Frank to decide and pick whoever. But as I say, I've got 100% trust in him to take me on the right path, and I'll leave it with him.
Yeah, on the way out, Lennox fought some tough guys. Al Malcolm on his debut and Eddie Gerard, who were tough guys. But we don't have anyone that tough in England that can test you.
No, we don't. And I've seen them fights; they were tough, man. But my first fight against Dave Ingleby, I've got to mention David Ingleby because he was a tough man, and I hit him with the kitchen sink, and I was like, what's going on with this fella here? Because it was my first pro fight. If that would have been in the amateurs, it would have been curtains straight away, but I got him out of there in the end, thankfully. But that was the toughest person I've had in front of me as a pro, I think, for standing up to punches. And as you said, there's not many people like that in this country. Now, John McDermott was reputably one of the toughest, but look what I've done to him. So, we'll have to find someone from somewhere to give me the rounds.
So Frank says he's trying to get another fight before Tyson Fury. Any idea who that might be? Have you got other opponents?
No, I mean, if I'm gonna fight Fury in May or whatever, I'd like it to be someone who's a bit of a tall fighter who can, get used to that type of thing, warming up with a tall opponent. But if the Fury fight's not happening in May and I'm fighting in March, then there's a few names in the hat which we've thought of, and one of them could be someone like Albert Sosnowski. Someone like that would be a great fight for me. Learning fight, tough fighter, ex-world title challenger, European champion as well. So someone like that, I'd learn a lot from fighting someone like that. But we'll just wait and see.
Okay, so getting to the Fury fight, do you think this match will ever happen?
Yeah, I think it'll happen, definitely. Because as I say, Fury, proud fighting man, and I think he'll, even if his management don't want it, I don't think he'd be happy, because he'll want to save face, he'll want to fight me. He decides who's the best. He's always saying he wants to fight the best opponents, and I'm obviously the best opponent out there right now for him in Britain, and I don't believe he's ready to move on to the next level yet. So he's going to have to fight me.
Now, you boxed him a few years back as an amateur. I wasn't there, because normally, as you know, I film most fights.
Yeah.
Run us through that fight, because I understand you slipped over.
Yeah, well, yeah. What happened? He hit me with a right hand, left hook, and I was flat out on my back for about 3 minutes. But the ref somehow managed to convince him that was only 2 seconds, and got me up, put smelling salts under me, woke me up, and then I won the fight somehow. No, what happens at the fight? First round, I just started quickly in amateur boxing. It's good to get a lead up in the first round, and I think it was 6-0 up after the first round. Tyson froze a little bit that night. He was young, you know what I mean? I was experienced, and and I know it's going to be different. Now that we're both pros, he's a more seasoned professional than me. He's done 12 rounds, he's done 10 rounds, whatever. I haven't. But this fight, back to the fight, I think it was the second round. I think I lunged in with a bit of a right hand and come over me front foot, and as it happened, Fury's glove pulled down on the back of my head type of thing. I went on my knee, stood up, just took my gloves off, and carried on beating him. That was it.
So it was an off-balance shot, really.
It weren't a shot.
It
weren't a shot. It weren't a shot. It was like a pull on the back of my head guard as I was already on my way over.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? So, you know, it's argued till you're blue in the face about that until someone puts a video over up somewhere and then you go, no, it weren't a punch. Because I've said in the past, you know, I did get put down in my amateur career a few times. So one more is not going to do any more harm to my reputation as a big chinny heavyweight anyway, which some people think I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been seeing that on some of the websites.
Yeah, well, I've had that since I turned pro and before, so it's not going to do me reputation anymore harm to go, well, Tyson Fury, an 18-stone man, put me down as well. But I refute what he's saying, and everyone who was in there that night would say the same thing.
Yeah. But see, with Lennox as well, I mean, the thing that's different now, you have all these internet sites, and people could say more, people sit behind, you know, a computer. But when Lennox started, you know, it was just newspapers, that was it.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm old-fashioned in that way, because I won't read boxing forums, I won't read things like that, and I read boxing websites, which is an article, as long as it's an article written by a boxing writer, not some fella with a pen name, do you know what I mean? But I'm old-fashioned like that. I'm not interested. Although I do appreciate everyone's got an opinion. I've only got to concentrate on the opinions of Frank, Franny, and the team around me, because you know, you can't have too many cooks spoil the broth. You can't have everyone telling you how to do different things.
What does it mean to fight back in your home crowd?
It was brilliant. And I'd just like to thank Frank for putting that show on Saturday, because he put a great show on, the drummers and all that, and the atmosphere was brilliant. Everyone came out to watch me. It looked pretty full to me, and you know, I got a bit of a lump in my throat walking to the ring, just the atmosphere and everything. And as I said, it's only going to get bigger. So imagine when I'm fighting in the Echo Arena or whatever, and I'm walking out to You'll Never Walk Alone, and they're all singing in and whatever else. But at the same time, I do want Evertonians to come and watch me fight as well, because I've got a lot of mates who are Evertonian.
Brilliant. Cheers, David. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Cheers.
Oversold.
It was what?
Oversold.
What was it?